For the color correction, Photoshop has several adjustments. As always, we will tackle the essentials. In this tutorial, I select for you 7 main and basic adjustments that allow you to correct or improve the color correction for your photo. The first one is vibrancy. Always through the menu image, adjustments, vibrance. Vibrancy, saturation. We have 2 bars, one for vibrancy, the other for saturation, simple and fast to use, similar to brightness and contrast adjustment. The principle of this adjustment is to increase the liveliness of the colors, so a rather dull photo. With this adjustment, we can correct this, making its colors more vivid. But what is the difference between vibrancy and saturation? Is seen that both improve the colors of a photo, or rather its contrast. To fully understand this, lower the vibrancy to your left. The photo is desaturated, but if we observe well, it is not stripped of color, while, if I do this, with saturation, I get a photo in black and white. Well, the difference is that the vibration is either soft correction adjustment, as the saturation, because I increase or decrease to the minimum. It does not ruin my photo. However, saturation can cause dissatisfied effects and loss of detail because, if I increase saturation, it will affect my entire photo. However, the vibrancy and saturation adjustment remain a quick and effective adjustment. The second adjustment for the color is Hue Saturation. This adjustment works with an HSL, hue, saturation, and luminance system. We use the hue to correct the dominant colors of a photo, or add a hue to colorize elements of our photo. Saturation allows correct the saturation of your photo. But, with the hue added, the saturation applies on the shade freshly add to well simulate what we have corrected or colorized. For example, this photo of a car in red is well taken. However, if we change the color of this beautiful car, would also be great. Then, we will color our car with this red to blue aqua. We raise to the left, or the right, and notice that our car changes color. We stop at our blue. Lower the saturation to have a realistic color effect. And we also adjust the light according to our photo. Hence the principle of the HSL system. Via this black, gray, and white bar. Here is our car coloring from red to blue aqua. However, there is still a concern at the bottom. This metal tip has become a dark blue, which is not very homogeneous with my blue aqua. To remedy this, select the original metallic tip color directly and colorize it afterward. Here we are on a global display. We can directly choose a color to colorize. That this adjustment offers us red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, yellow. The origin of this metal tip is yellow, so select the yellow channel. And color, as you did with the red. But this time, we are gradually increasing to the left. Decrease saturation a bit. Perfect, here is my car colorized from red to blue aqua with perfect realism. Like the curve adjustment, we also have the famous feature that corrects, not the light this time, but the saturation, and just by sliding our cursor. Moreover, that makes this tool very precise. Another way to use the hue and saturation is to desaturate our photo by gradually reducing saturation. Then, colorize it, again with the coloring function. After that, we increase the saturation a little, which will be applied on our new color tint of course. In a way, we get a nice color effect. If we switch to orange and yellow, we get the sepia effect that we already achieved with the black and white adjustment. If we switch to cyan, we get the cyanotype effect. Like each adjustment, there are many presets that I invite you to explore. Like the cyanotype we just realized, the sepia effect we have already seen before, etc. The third adjustment is color balance. This adjustment is a balance, or rather a degradation between 2 contrasting colors. Like cyan and red, green and magenta, yellow and blue. One of the advantages of this adjustment, that we can apply this balance to correct colors, create photographic tones, by acting globally on the photo, but also to act on shadows, midtones, and highlight, and this is the only color correction adjustment that acts in this way. With, or without the ability to preserve the luminosity. It is a simple, but effective tool. It is very useful in temperature correction. For example, this winter photo is well taken, but a little blue will be even better. So, you flip the scale to blue and cyan. Like this. The fourth adjustment is photo filter. In Photoshop, filter is a dominant color that defines our temperature photo. For example, if the blue dominates our photo, it said that it is a photo with a cold filter or cold tone. If yellow or orange dominates the photo, it is said that it is a photo with a hot filter or a warm tone. This adjustment offers us several filters and tones, warming filter, cooling filter, cyan, etc., as presets, but also with a possibility to customize and choose the color that will be your main filter. You can adjust its density with the choice of whether or not to preserve the luminosity. It's nice as an adjustment, however, it is limited because the filter is created based on a color. We will see later, with another set, that we can create filters based on several colors. The fifth adjustment is channel mixer. It allows mixing of red, green, and blue channels for color correction and color enhancement of a photo, but also to create filters and a photographic look. We can switch from one channel to another. Convert to monochrome, which means black and white. Edit the constant, which is the result after mixing its channels. Lowering its density, or increasing, usually acts as a balance of dominance of the colors you applied. We also have some presets, which by default are filters and adjustments in black and white. This is a little complex adjustment, but a good way for correct photos, especially for black and white photos. The sixth adjustment is color lookup. This adjustment offers us filters and presets, ready to use. Photoshop gives us a whole list under the 3DLUTs extension, a well-known extension that is used for photo and video color correction. So we have, for example, the crisp warm, which is a warming filter. Crisp winter, the opposite, is rather a winter filter that is composed of much more cold colors. We also have the futuristic bleak, which is a fade filter, which simulates a dramatic effect, etc. As a basic filter, there are 27 filters provided by the software. We can download other 3DLUT filters load to form a library of photo filters. The advantage of this adjustment is that it gives us predefined adjustments, with a quick result as we just saw. However, the disadvantage is that it does not offer access to modify its filters, or even its components, or other technical details. However, for quick retouching, it is very effective. The seventh adjustment is Selective Color. An adjustment allows correcting the colors following a color axis, which is the CMYK. So, for example, to correct the color of the sky, I choose the color blue, and then, I correct my blue according to the 4 colors of the CMJN color mode. Note, this does not mean that this adjustment does not apply to an RGB photo. Just check some parameters in the histogram or info panel to confirm the use of this adjustment. It is very rare or it does not work in an RGB photo. If the adjustment is called Selective Color, it is not by chance, but its working method is based on the observation and presence of the colors that we want to correct. To better understand me, we will do a quick exercise. We have a nice picture of this tattooed model, but we want to apply something vivid, vibrant, therefore, a color effect. Let's go into the Selective Color. By default, it is selected on the red. Red is very present in my photo, so I will increase the cyan a little. Increase the magenta a little bit, it is for the tattoo much more. Then, we reduce the black a little to lighten up my photo, rather than my model. After this, select the yellow color as the target color. We will just change the yellow color, increasing the yellow a little. I get a golden effect on the body of our model. I find it nice. Then, select black as the target color, and change only yellow and black. For the yellow, we increase to the maximum value to slightly colorize the background of our photo. Increase the black only slightly to have a slight contrast, to have a balance between the dominant colors. Finally, the last color as the target is gray. Slightly reduce cyan, and increase yellow. After that, the black is slightly reduced to make my model a little brighter. Let's see the final result, and compare between before and after color correction.